thing I do. I'm in your session by the looks of it.
If you now press options button,
Yep.
go to your friends list.
Yep.
And scroll down till you see Max.
Mm-hmm. Spectate
and then
player.
Click on his name and spectate, yeah.
Alright.
There we go, there we go, there we go. Go live as well myself. That's starting. I'm already in the lobby with Chick. Let me share the stream. Hello YouTube. Today I am joined by my man Butch for some co-commentary, trying to twist his arm into becoming the Australian commentator, sorry.
I can be American if you like. Hi everyone. It's me.
I think Chick just messed it up. I think he just left the lobby.
Yeah, I was just. Well, it said downloading. Maybe he was starting. Who's hosting the playlist?
I'm gonna have to re-invite everybody to a session, I think.
Okay, no worries.
And then Chick was hosting.
Mm-hmm.
I need to look at the TV so I can actually see my friends' names. Invite. Where are you, Chick? Once I'm in the session again, while it's in.
Cheers. Hey, hello AT, hello. I'm joining another session. Yeah, I'll be
guys quickly
commentating a 1v1 Maxwinenweed and Chikiline, and co-commentating first time with Starstrider Fox. How are you, ET? Thanks for tuning in. Thank you. Yes, I did reach level 1000. I won GTA Online, and now I don't know what to do. Thank you.
That's everybody invited. Let me share the streams while that's doing that.
Alright, yep, and I will spectate Max again. God, Max hit level 2000.
Yeah.
That's bananas. Yeah, ET, I've been good, thank you, mate. Yep, just living life in lockdown. Luckily, some people may or may not know I live in Victoria in Australia, and we have been in heavy lockdown for months. Literally, we've completely fucked up the lockdown originally.
The management of it, yeah. England didn't handle it too well initially. They seem to be like they jumping on closing stuff as they need to a little quicker now, so trying to.
Max isn't in a race crew, I just noticed.
No, I don't believe he is at the moment. I did ask him about it not too long back.
Okay.
So I was trying to suggest that he come join us in pros, because he's a bad lad. I get along with quite well with Max.
Oh, he deserves to sit in any crew that he chooses, quite honestly. He's good enough, man. And what about your crew? Slow? Is that the antithesis to cunning stunt races fast?
One. No, I'm in both. I just forget. I keep forgetting to change the crew tag, to be honest, when I come back to a PlayStation. And then when I go on to PC, I'm quite often rocking the pros tag.
Yeah.
As I've been demoted twice in slow for not rocking the tag, and it's like, well, I'm playing on PlayStation. And he's like, oh, sorry, shit. My bad.
Yep. Speaking of fast crew, actually, if anyone out there is interested and you're not subscribed to Asudora, he just put up a full hour of him stunt racing with his crew on bikes, and it is phenomenal. I've just spent about half an hour watching some of it.
And for anybody interested, they do now also fully accept PlayStation races. So you don't need to be on PC to join Fast anymore.
I just got kicked from that somehow. It said there's no spectator slots open. Is that usual?
It does. Was Max outside?
He was
did
just
he go into a building.
No, I think he left the session.
Back.
I think he left the session again.
Oh, I think he got invited by Chikiline. I need Chick to join us.
Oh. Now I got you. Yeah, ET, I'm not surprised your brother hates lockdown in Melbourne, mate. It is no fun, I tell you that much. Alright, I keep getting kicked back to rando lobbies, so I'm just gonna... I can accept that invite again, I think, Fox. So I'll just come back to you. No, I'm afraid I'm too busy to do the business battle. GTA, thank you anyway.
I hope they've not just started. Chikiline just invited him from a different session, which sucked Max into a different section, which kicked Butch out.
God, that would be very inconvenient considering what we're trying to do here.
Hello, football training. Apologies for the slight delay here. We've got a new guy to the 1v1, so he's not quite as used to spectating. But I'll send another invite. Get him in here.
Thanks for tuning in, ET. I'll talk to you again soon, man. Take care. Get some sleep, man. It's late.
Know the drill.
Alright, you're going to invite those guys back to this?
Yeah.
Alright, cool.
Just need to find them on the friends list. It's gone all jiggly.
Through to your garage. You need me to bring you a ride?
You need me to bring you a ride?
I'll bring it by.
They're both in a different private session. Like I said, apologies for the slight delay here, guys.
Hey, just while I got you,
messages back. Yeah.
something about streaming. So right at the bottom of my stream there, I can see that I've written a little message that is no longer current. They've started.
Yeah, it's just said they've already started. He didn't join my session, Chick! Is he streaming it, Leo? Savage.
Best laid plans, man. Alright, what's the best way
Lance.
forward?
I am not sure at the moment. I'm gonna... Hopefully they'll see the message at the end of the race and they'll join back and possibly start again, or just take that race out. Would probably be the best option.
Yeah.
No worry, like Leo, I do understand that. I have messaged them on PlayStation because Chip didn't join this session, so I couldn't spectate on him, and then he invited Max, which kicked Butch off Max because he wasn't in this session. I'll message you on PlayStation, Leo, and maybe you could send Chick a little message for me if you could translate it a bit for him. Or they can invite us in between the races would be another option.
Okay, so they're both in. I reckon they're between races right now. What was the first race? Was it a point to point?
I'm not sure. Oh. Okay. Right, I've got the message across as well. I think I will continue the message to you, Leo, just in case there's any other.
Did go to Max, yeah, just saw that. Alright, so I guess they'll jump back out, change the playlist, join back. Yeah.
And I really do apologise. And do apologise to Chick for me as well. It's like with it being like it always happens when we've got someone who's not quite used to it. And it was Zebra.
Ah, yep.
I'm very well. Hello, Sirod. Hope you're doing well.
Is that Sirod? Hello, hello. Sirod, a man who has kicked my ass on the track more times than I like to remember. But yeah.
I hope you're doing very well yourself as well, my man. I've got a couple more chats to share to as well. He is a member of GOAT. I've come across him a few times on the track. He's always beaten me, like a lot of you do.
Who's that then?
Chikiline.
Oh, yeah.
I've not come across him too much.
I don't think I've had the
With
pleasure
time
of
zone
finding him in a
difference.
lobby. Yeah. But I do look forward to this. I'm well aware of Max's pedigree as a racer.
Yeah, I know
looking
Max
forward to
is-
seeing what Chikiline can bring. What do you think? This is a good matchup, Fox?
I think it could end up being a good tight matchup. Max might have the edge because I know Max a little better. So I just know that he's got consistency because I've raced with him a little bit more often. So just the unknown with Chikiline. I don't know where he'd be strongest and stuff like that, where I know Max is really strong with his GTO and stuff.
Yeah.
second to land.
There we go. Alright, so I'll go ahead and spectate Max.
Yeah. Go. There you go, first time. Oh no, no need to apologise either, sir. There's Butch is here in the party. You weren't to know, but we are on our way into the playlist by the look of. Let me just find Butch on my subscriptions and give yours a little show around too.
Thank you. Chikiline and Ride. Is that still being headed up by Diego as far as you know? On 28?
I think it's still Brunza.
Brunza, that's right.
But he's letting Diego and like Nacho and that have more say, I think, is the way it's gone at the moment.
Alright, looks like Max is joining.
Join him. Yeah, you're on your way in with him.
Great.
So we've got 7 races left. Max has taken Zebra. I'll have just a quick look at the track list in 1 second and I'll let you know who's that's from, Syrup. Just need to quickly share this. And thank you very much to Chick and Max for backing out and letting us in.
Yep. And we are underway. Wall climb. Who's chosen this one? Have they chosen? Tell us how this is all set up.
I'm just about to look. So they choose 4 tracks each. I'm not sure. So we've got. Just put the playlist together and didn't post his tracks.
Right.
So Max has allowed him he's got the confidence to just take him on. Didn't feel the need to go practice.
We are off.
So it started me with Chikiline. I'm guessing it started you with Max.
Actually, I've started with Chikiline.
Okay. Right.
So it gives me a good view of both races here.
Max sticking to that right side. That's what I do on PC, because you can grab good brake boost down that side of the track on PC.
I see very few people hitting the right hand side on PlayStation.
Yeah. Max unfortunately just runs a little wide into the first sharp corner, and that has allowed Chikiline to just pull away. I personally will flick back for now with Max. It's tube nice and clean. Pulling through.
Max coming out very high for the tube-to-tube skip there. Still managing to get a lot of speed through the tubes, through the tunnel.
And on the loop late too, it seems to give you better whip if you catch the loop at the last part of that little kink in the tube.
Max opting not to go for the ramp skip to gain a bit of time back. Probably this early on in the playlist and this early on in the race itself. It's
probably the safe bet.
Idea,
certainly having the little bit of race comfort with him taking his own first choice in Zebra. There's that.
down into the last corner there. Chikiline quite hard on the brakes. Finishing off the first lap really nicely.
He's across the line and he's got himself on the first lap a 2:20.576, just under 8 seconds advantage at this point. Aggressive into the barrier just before the sprint sign of his head. Just running a little rough into that gap in the barrier before the tube. Nice clean line pulls around and through. Like low tube line into the higher midpoint.
Coming hard into the right, and the entrance to that tube is so important. If you don't tend to sort of switch left and right around that tube entrance, then the back wheels can jump off and you lose a lot of traction, a lot of speed in that. But Chikiline seemed to get that just beautiful.
Got that nice. Just pulling to the right into the tube, allows the car to naturally do its work, and you start tapping right to stop the drift around the roof too aggressive.
I remember Marty saying too many times, don't disturb the boost. I won't even attempt to do his incredible accent while he does it, but trust me, I've said it many, many times. Don't disturb the boost.
There we go. I was going to say give it a go, Butch.
Don't disturb the boost. He's really doesn't have that thick of a brogue, but that's how I like to say it anyway. Don't disturb the boost.
Like to thicken it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I find it's the best way to do like an impression of someone, slightly exaggerate it. Chikiline coming across the line, nice and clean again.
Ended that one with a 16.139.
139.
Yep.
4-second improvement, but Max just pipping him with a 16.005.
Or as Jack would say, a 16 flat.
Yeah, I think you're in a slight agreement with me, Butch, aren't you? It's not quite there. It's not
flat.
Kinky.
Yeah.
There's triple zeros, flat. Glad to finally have a bit of backing up on this. Comes through. Just over a tenth. Still pretty big slide on this occasion into the corner from there.
We were talking earlier tonight about how people have their favourite tracks, and this is one of the reasons everyone, decides to choose their own tracks for these kinds of competitions. And true to form, Max wins the first track, which was Zebra, which is one of his picks, and it looks like Chikiline's going to win Wall Climb, which was one of his picks.
Is down the line, like I may do set playlists for around here and there for certain competitions, but I do like giving the racers a bit of freedom. So like they've got the freedom to be able to choose bike races and stuff like that if their opponent gives them the okay.
Absolutely.
On it, basically. Like any Rockstar standard stunt tracks acceptable, but then like bike tracks and anything else just needs running by for this first time of it.
Yeah.
Slowly introducing them to having to practice something a little different here and there.
I have been known to pull a stunt race literally out of a hat. Did commentated a 5-track 5 race 1v1.
I don't think I've picked the same 4 tracks for any 1v1 I've done yet.
Yeah. Well, we asked the racers to pick two each, and then I literally pulled one out of a hat so they didn't have a choice.
Yeah.
And it was like, no one's favourite. It could be any track. It could be your most hated track. But it's a nice way to sort of level the field. With such a short
that's the way
playlist.
They've been doing it with the penalty shootouts.
Exactly.
Anybody draws.
Short playlist, make it an odd number of races. And actually some really good sportsmanship by Chikiline there, waiting on Max so that he didn't DNF. It's always good.
7:05.931 with the weight at the end. 2:16.005 was the best lap. That does take it to 1-1. I know it shows Chikiline with the lead. But they have taken Zebra out. Max did claim the win there. Butch, how are you feeling racing?
How am I feeling about racing?
Racing. A racing.
Oh, a race in. Well, we're pretty good. Look, this is going to be one of the first times probably in my whole life I've made coffee at 1:30 in the morning. But you know, I'm feeling pretty good. I've been known to stay up till way later than this playing GTA.
I joined you in parties at 4 or 5 in the morning your time. And you sound fresher than I do, having just got up.
Mip, 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 mip. Alright, we are off with liftoff. Oh, very unfortunate there.
It's just clipping the barrier, and then that has allowed Chick leading a strong lead here. I'm going to pull your YouTube channel up so I know what you're on, and then I can skip the opposite.
So I'm
here and there.
I'm on Max at the moment.
Yeah. But then you can fully take the lead and just go on to who you want, and I'll just keep my eye on my phone a little bit, and I'll flip the other way.
Sure thing. Alright, so we are joined in the commentary box by Razza. Long time no see, Razza.
Party. How you going, fella? Doing well. I got my time zones about 3 hours off. I thought this match was at 1 PM my time, but it's now. I was up at 11:30, ready and raring to go. Asked Butch if he was wanting to commentate in like an hour and a half. He was like, yeah, go on then. I was like, Butch, mate, it's 3 hours later than I said.
It's going to be 2 in the morning, Butch. Okay. Alright.
I'll still
be the first time. It's fine. This is one of my favourite tracks, actually, Liftoff.
Yeah, I like Liftoff. I really like Liftoff.
I do know that the go these days is to take the Emirates out. Now that wait, did the world record of 53 get beaten by not an Emirates?
I think it was an Emirates.
The 53 was definitely an Emirates, but I thought Hassan or somebody may have got it back in the Devastate or something. Maybe I'm misled.
I don't think it's gone to the Devastate.
No, it hasn't gone.
Since it might be an old record since before the D8 now.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I've seen a lot more.
I could be wrong in that as well. I'll have a little look through.
Oh, sure.
Towards the end of the stream.
I've seen a lot more races out on the track with the Emirates these days since that happened.
Yeah. They've been following Jack's lead.
Yeah, and I know that he hasn't posted that lap. But I do seem to remember seeing him get a 54 on stream one day with it, which was pretty exciting to watch. So it doesn't look like...
Really nice and clean. This was Max's choice as well, I believe. Again, I'll just quickly double check my list.
Yeah, he caught a very unfortunate barrier right at the start of the race. Something I'm sure we've all done 100 times. I know I certainly have.
I do it. I've got a slightly heavy touch myself, so it happens to me more often than not. Liftoff was Max's choice, so that is a track to tick from Max. and it means that if Chick is able to just hold his own tracks now, with the advantage that it wouldn't see Max falling out of the competition completely. We do have a losers bracket in this competition, and the losers bracket does see you with a full chance to still make it through to the final and win.
It's a bit like breaking serve in tennis, taking
Yeah.
a win off someone else's choice there. It does give quite an advantage to Chikiline in this case.
Just need to
But
try
I
and
don't think
hold
Max
his
is out of
nerves.
it yet, man. Max is
No,
incredibly
I don't
experienced.
think he's out of it.
Yeah.
And I know Big Drop is a track that I've seen Max on, and he's a quick boy.
Mm. What kind of time should we be expecting to see here, do you think? Getting down to 44s, 46s, 44, 46?
They're typically top times, they're getting really close to world records. Anything below 50s would be really strong.
Yeah.
At this early stage in the competition, as they're still warming up. A lot of people did take, after the update, a bit of a break.
Mm-hmm.
And they've been using the past couple of weeks to get themselves back up to full pace.
This is the third point-to-point out of 4 races as well, I've noticed.
Yeah. Nice and short. Chikiline on the left side doesn't appear to be chasing the brake boost, sometimes only letting 2 wheels drift across the curb, just keeping the car under good steady control though. But it has pulled away.
There's a nice big brake boost halfway down this as well.
Yeah, just
which I've seen a few people
about level with that blue wall. If you brake just after you pass the blue wall, you catch it.
Yep.
9 times out of 10. Lovely control through the corner from Max has just allowed him to pull away. A slight advantage again, after Chick did seem to gain through the bottom part of a hill. So it didn't clean. Chick just trying to rein him in. Nice tight corner lined up for curbs. Perfectly there. Max moves across the ramp nicely. Chick just gets caught upon it and then horribly caught up in the barrier there.
That's very unfortunate.
Really unlucky by Chick. Loss of pace as well. Clears the jump nicely in the end. Max skips that ramp. Lovely, just cutting off the top end of the jump onto the transition platform.
Just squeaking over there. It's very nice.
Lovely stuff. Check again. Make sure we get as much of what's going on track. With a good line, just tilting the car slightly to the right, then lining up that zombie clip at the corner. I call it that just because that's who I saw do it the most. Flipping the corner at the bottom of the hill, gets brake boosts at the bottom of that corner as well.
Is that right?
Mr. Zombie, yeah.
That'd be the second little line that I've seen named after him. We obviously all know the Nacho line in Rally.
Yeah. Got there.
Max hard on the brakes there as he just clears that next platform. It's always a tricky one to get right exactly how. I mean, you need to brake quite a lot to cut a lot of the height off that jump.
It's like, I know a lot of, well, quite a few racers after the first boost will tap and hold R1 until the second boost.
Mm-hmm.
Nicely skips the first boost, not allowing the GTO to buck wildly as he heads up the hill to the corner. Nice, good lead ahead.
Max did catch all of the boosts going up that, and the car seemed to behave
Yeah.
itself, which is good. Often
Right.
we'll just jump a few feet in the air entirely.
Just bounce and then it bucks sometimes and it sends you flinging off the track, depending which direction you hit the next boost.
Just, you know, depending on how Rockstar feels like messing with you that day,
Yeah.
really.
That does it. Bring it back to 2-all. Max has just taken a big drop from Chikiline. I swear I read it and I saw. He does, yeah. I don't know what I saw there. I saw a zebra lift off. Now Gauntlet is one of Chikiline's.
This is something very peculiar to Gauntlet, especially with the rain. It doesn't seem to happen on any other track.
No,
If it's raining, it's not going to stop raining, probably.
No.
It does
At
make
least 50%
some
of the times it can just stick around, if not get heavier and foggier throughout the race, and it makes the tubes a little slidey.
And in the D8, some of the corners on this, you are taking at incredible speed and barely hanging on as it is, even when it's dry.
Yeah.
So it should be quite interesting to see how these guys handle it. We may not be seeing their fastest laps in this race, I would think, just as they're trying to take it a little bit easy with the weather. But
if they get below 3 minutes, really 3:05 would still be good, I'd say.
Yeah.
Very comfortably good in these conditions.
So far, pretty even. Max just managing to nose in front, but literally still nothing in it as Chikiline takes the next corner and noses back in front. It's probably going to be like that a little bit.
Corner. I'm alive too, clicking as much boost as you can. Pull sharply down and round for the exit, just not sharp enough though, and he drifts off to the left.
Max deciding.
I find difficult. This is the tube I struggle with the most in the game myself.
Max deciding not to go for the exit at all, just went straight out, like we see a lot of the squeakers do. As I did until quite recently, I'll be perfectly honest. But probably a good idea, considering, yeah, you're right, the tubes do get very slippery in this kind of weather, and you do have to turn quite sharply to do that exit.
Forgot England are playing Belgium today. We're about to get dicked.
Yes.
He's playing 3 right backs in centre back. He's playing 3 at the back. He's put Alexander Arnold on right wing, which is fair enough. But Kyle Walker bit. Eric Dyer and Maguire. It's like the fucking 2 robbers from Home Alone.
For the exit.
Max.
That is going to cut out a lot of air.
Max probably braked just a little too hard, harder than he would have liked, I think, at that last tube exit, landing on the flat part of the ramp, unfortunately. And also not going for the spiral down the next tube.
For whenever like you do make that mistake, if you come across that mistake yourself, if you brake a bit too heavy, and you land on that top flat bit and brick a bit, you can then, once you've gone over the lip of the hill, you can double clutch down the hill to just get yourself back up to speed a bit quicker.
Yeah, good idea.
Just a little hint, tip and stuff I've picked up from some of these guys. Chikiline unfortunately just runs wide. I am going to come join you on Max and let Chick have half a lap just to settle into himself. Max with a lovely double barrel roll I see there on your stream, so it's a little bit late for me. The rain does appear to have slowed slightly, maybe. No, maybe not. It's just because we're underneath here. It doesn't look as heavy. Just can't see because the light. Good on the cabs. The tyres across.
As the thunder comes rolling in, my controller nearly falls off my table. Mac, I mean, both these guys are actually doing very well to keep the cars in control around these corners in these conditions. It is a nightmare when you happen to get rain.
I end up slamming into the barriers.
Oh yeah,
hard in the rain.
He's playing Pickford as well. I didn't even see. Nick Pope's on the bench. Put him on.
Again, just assessing the risk. I mean, he doesn't need to push too hard. Does have a solid lead at the moment. Chick knows that the pressure off at the moment. Just able to push maybe a touch harder without worrying about spectators. Might allow himself to shorten the gap. And I will switch back to Chick for the final lap, or allow yourself to. You are on Chick.
Yeah, I am on Chick.
Yeah.
I'll go back to him.
Lovely used for part of the tube. Doesn't feather the brake this time. I don't believe he did so at all again, knowing he didn't need to. Out of the tube, good and clean.
Chikiline absolutely nailing the second tube exit, especially in these conditions. Unbelievably good.
That was lovely.
Yeah.
Kissing down after the crest of the hill had completed, so he didn't have any issue with bouncing off it. Really
that was pretty much the
stuff.
Perfect speed and angle to hit that at.
Yeah.
Going in for the spiral. I dare say under the conditions we'll probably see a best lap time from Chikiline.
Chick is just
coming up onto him now.
Allowing Chick to swing on through Max. Now, Max, if he is comfortable with the riskier tube exits, may have to pull one out of the bag. Chick is going for it. We'll have these times we've seen 3:15.737 down to a 2:58.282 from Chikiline. Really nice time.
Incredibly good time. Yeah. As you said, they're hitting anywhere near 3 minutes, let alone below.
I'd say under 3 minutes in the dry is not a bad time.
Yeah.
Personally, it's decent to good. It's not great, but it's, you know, you beat 99% of the randoms.
Max catching the barrier there as well.
A little bit heavy in that. Oh, and again, the car just not braking, and he skids around the boost as if the car gets out of shape and out of control. It is hard to get it back into line.
Very difficult.
No game sound. I can. It's because my control keeps plugging in and out.
Chikiline doing it. Just gone back to him. Doing a beautiful tube exit on the first tube exit.
There's nobody else said that.
you there, Chick. Still managing to keep quite a commanding lead.
Hello, Tyrese cleared.
Check this geezer out.
Right, I think I've fixed that. Nice. Just in the middle of my column turret.
What's that?
And I need to mute my TV.
It says FIFA is like be back in it.
1, 2, nice and smooth. Holding first place nicely.
Max almost making the tube entrance to the spiral down, but not quite being able to stick it on the back wall there.
Big slide through the corner. Lovely stuff by Tick. Just slamming on the brakes, making sure Max isn't checking the time, making sure Max isn't too far behind. Again, really nice to see from these competitors.
Yeah, excellent sportsmanship from both, yeah, so far. Why did I say so far? I'm not expecting anything to go wrong. But yeah, so far, the sportsmanship's been fantastic. So far.
It does do from time to time, occasionally it all goes away.
Yeah.
Not often.
Yeah, and as expected, that 2:58 from Chikiline on his second lap, staying best lap for the, yeah, very good, very good under the conditions, especially.
That does take it to 3-2 in Chikiline's favour.
Yep.
Max is going to have to try and take the track from Chick, tie it up.
He's got to win at least 2 of Chikiline's tracks, is that right? And we could still end up with a draw if he wins one back. Breaks serve, as I was saying before.
On the line. Across the curve, just making sure they avoid the gap. So the headset cuts out ever so slightly.
That is one of my favourite lines in racing, is looping that tube.
Exit.
Yeah, absolutely. I seem to remember learning that one from Jake Chaboy a year or so ago. Just sitting right behind him at the start of a race and then watching him do that in front of me and disappear into the distance. I've always been. What do you think? This tube, up and down, left and right, or stick to the 45? Which is faster?
Sticking to the 45. It's like a straighter line with little taps to keep yourself in line.
Yeah. That's generally what I have found to be faster. Yeah, I've seen people pass me doing the opposite to that. You know, going left and right. But maybe they're getting little boosts.
A more consistent boost.
Yeah.
Thanks. Jump over that.
Coming into the.
Just struggling slightly.
Coming into the tube to tube to tube. Hopefully no one gets what I like to call maze banked.
Oh, maze bricked.
Yeah, maze bricked. But yeah, I've been
Nice line from Max.
sure we've all been maze banked out of that before.
You do a lot of the work for him there, just letting the car tilt into line. Does clip one of the pins as the car gets out of shape. It does send him into a spin into the corner. He's corrected that very quickly. I need to turn this radio off.
Chikiline extending his lead out quite a lot.
157.912 to 13.175 from Max. That's a lovely tube exit out from Max. Good on the brakes. Through the corner nicely.
Chikiline just sliding out a little bit on the first tube entrance, but I don't think it's going to affect his lead too much. But a 157 first lap is very good.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. You removed the hood today again. Ever since the update, that's bugged out slightly. It used to let you press triangle to remove the hood. Nice undercut there from Max. Smashes in to the overpass nicely, getting his car back down to the curb. Nice and quick. Smooth again into the tubes. Where's the off?
It's a very, very nice lap from Chikiline. I think we'll probably see a 53, maybe a 52
Yeah,
from
he
this
is.
one.
He's just not talking. Tyson. 155.651
55.
from Chick. Taking 2 seconds off the first lap there. I do think we're going to see Max take some time off his time here. 154, sorry, not 254. 154.484. It's gaining a second of that lost time. And again, a lovely transition tube by Max, shortening the gap up potentially through, clipping the curb at the apex, let the car drift to the left, the right. Oh god, my direction sometimes when I'm a bit sleepy goes to pot. Tube round the final kink, heavy on the brakes towards the top of the tube. But yeah, Tyson, he's still in the party, he's just a bit quiet in the background, he's not feeling great today.
Oh, Chikiline just catching his roof on that little cut under the bridge section, having a little bit of a spin around. So he's not going to improve on his best lap on this final one.
Hey, Leighton, my man.
Has managed to keep the lead aggressively though, like he's way in
Nice,
front.
yeah. Max does look like he's on for a good time again. Tap of the horn as he lands, maybe just cushioning the impact into the tube. Comes on through. Sounded like he did just clip that tube, it didn't appear to slow him down at all. Tapping the brakes really nice through the corner. Shorten the gap hugely, as Butch said, the spin after a little overpass of the track clips the roof, spun him out. Hey, and there's Jack in the chat. Yeah, I'm feeling a lot better today, thank you, Leighton. Had a really rough morning yesterday and a really rough throat last night, but almost fully back to myself.
Max taking best lap there with a 154.266.
Taking another 0.2 off his time he did there as well. It's good consistency. That does see it go to 4-2. Chikiline putting in a good display.
I believe this Chick's debut into the 1v1 stunt racing. Do you know much?
In my time, it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Jack did say he has taken part in them before. But it's certainly his debut in the time I've been in the community and to commentary and all that sort of stuff.
Sure, he's putting in an incredible showing for someone that hasn't been potentially, doing this as much recently as some of the other races. He's doing very, very well.
There you go, Jack. 39th in the world from Tyson, 3-lap gauntlet PB. Tell you thank you because of your lines, and just saying thank you himself in the chat. Making sure to give you a little shout out on the stream.
Alright, going into the first tube exit. Quite wide there from Chick, not quite just clipping the edge of the platform there as he landed. Max going quite high with it but staying safe and going in for the tube cut, but just getting caught up.
Just like that. There we go. I'll be back in 1 second.
Even though Max got caught up there on the side tube cut, because of the position of the checkpoints, the respawn that Chick had put him very far behind anyway, so Max was in danger of losing his lead.
Chick a little rough into the skip there as well, did get caught up in the barrier. Okay, and Chick was just drifting off to the right. Just have to look away to sort of headset. Nice low line in the tube from Chick, carries the speed really nice through the corner. I'll message Scar after this match. I'll message our group later and we'll try having a little chat if Scar's feeling better tonight, otherwise we'll get it arranged. I think he's off earlier in the week, so maybe up to Wednesday evening, but we'll get it done this week, like between 7 and 8 PM, so it's good time for both of you. Nice clean line across the curbs.
Max going into the final corner with a lot of speed out of that tube, doing very, very well, just coming up. Let's see how he went for his first lap as he crosses the line with a 24.353 as he unfortunately goes off the track. But again, had quite a lead on Chick.
Yeah.
So probably not so bad.
Nice clipping of the cars by Chick, just trying to maximise the revs. We will drip, don't you worry, lad.
Hello,
it
Drip.
won't be completely done with either way. Barrel roll into the tube from Chick as he clips it a little bit high up.
Max did not manage to land the first tube exit, so Chick is probably caught up quite a bit by now, I would think.
Just pulled it off nice and clean too, got himself to the track nice and early. Out of the tube with a lot of speed, and through the cut a bit cleaner than last time, carries his speed better through it. Not getting hung up quite so much, but we do see them cross over at the jump. Chick with the honk of the horn, say hello as he passes by.
Cheeky little honk.
Chikiline pap. Yeah, that's Butch you can hear in the background.
Hello, hello.
As well, he's joining for some co-commentary. Clean transition again, nice and low from Chick. Could be on for a nice time stitching this together.
Just hitting that bottom right corner as you go from tube to tube there is paramount, keeping your speed.
Yeah. Keeping that line as flat as you can through the tube as well, so you just stick on a thick boost line that you pick up. Now, hello, Butch from Drip.
Hello, Drip. How are you, buddy? And I'm sure when I talk like this, I'm probably preaching to the converted, because each of us already knows it. But important to keep an ear out for the highest revs. That's what you want to be hearing at almost every part of the track.
Chick got really unlucky with that tube exit at the front of the GPO, just clipped into the track. Has allowed Max to pull away. He did already have a strong lead, so it's not quite the same as bricking like alongside an opponent.
I dare say Max probably feels like he needed this win. It doesn't look like he's in any danger of losing it from here, I would think.
No, he can just keep it nice and clean. Doesn't need to go too risky with any of the tubes and stuff.
Yep. And he's
play it nice and
had
safe.
some very unlucky breaks on some of the earlier tracks, even some of the ones that he picked. So I'm glad that Max has a chance to get this one back.
Nice clean line there from Max. Get yourself out the tube, just laying the back right of the GTO. Touchdown first. Tube. Too aggressive, just lining up nicely. That is a lovely tube exit from Max. It looked like he'd gone a little bit too aggressive initially. Straightened it back up. Lined up for a lovely transition tube.
I'll be back in a minute.
Yeah, no worries, Jack. As long as he's clean through the final tube and final corner. We'll be on for a proof time. Just coming over the jump as Max has swung through the left into the tube, round towards the exit. Little clips of that little bit of the curve there from Chikiline though, just clicking that tiny bit, not using the full curve, just clipping into the bit that allows the tyre to dip in. Oh,
Max managing to finish with a 2:17.987 on his final lap.
Nice time. Chip coming across the line there, he chose not to go under the line. But yeah, we'll see if Scar's feeling a little bit better in a little while, and we'll have a chat with him in the message thread. Just no heavy trolling, Drip. Leighton. You know I see right through you. I call you out for it every time you go, yeah, I know I am. So let's just play this weekend and this weekend chill. Remember, I'm old. Got grey hair. Got grey beard growing through.
You know, I just shaved off my COVID beard. I was looking like Santa Claus. Honestly, it was a giant bush ranger white beard.
This is Chick's final track selection. Max, though, with the chance to level it up. It is 4-3. that Max has given himself a good opportunity to try and tie it up. I'm not 100% sure how we're going to handle this situation should it go to a draw in this situation.
That was one thing I was going to ask you actually, because we're hitting evens. We don't have a leveler. Is there a chance in this competition for people
there'd
to
be
do
like a penalty shootout sort of thing. So they'd choose a track each, and then I'd run the tracks through a random generator.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit of lag going on my share plate. There we go. It's straightened itself out. Remote play. Oh,
literally neck and neck as they go over the big jump.
Oh,
Max just nosing in.
Pause my phone. Let me just take a bit of pressure off my router for a second. Or Drip, maybe ask him about next weekend if you don't want to do it after school. Because he does like a little bit of notice. But I have had Azzy and Trilsy, so I can potentially be free. They're rearranging their match because Azzy's had a lot come up with work. So I do have some time myself that I had to decide for a 1v1. But it is something we kept asking for. Just give us a bit of notice and we'll get it sorted. It's very laggy at the moment. Apologies for this on my side.
If it's too laggy, you can come over to my stream. It's
Yeah,
lonely
that's what
over
I was
here at the
about to
moment.
say. Head on over to Dutch.
But it is crisp.
I'm watching it nice and
sitting at
clean
720. Yep.
on my phone while it's laggy on my stream.
Oh, Chick going for the roof cut, managing to get it. Doesn't
gets a
quite.
bit
Oh,
squiggly though.
damn.
It looked like he maybe clipped the barrier a bit aggressive.
that was so close.
He
He
had
could
to
have
pop
very.
off for a
It was
minute,
so
right?
close to holding on to that, and it would have given him the
Yeah.
lead as well. Big risk, but I mean, this is the last race, as far as we know. So
Yeah. It's 4-3 to Chikiline at the moment, but Max does have the lead on the final race, so we may have a penalty shootout style thing to see who goes through to the winners and losers bracket. Max going with the tube exit here though. Looks like he's lined it up nice. It's good. That is good and clean.
Chikiline just coming up to that same exit should give you some idea of the lead that Max has at the moment.
Yeah.
Very,
It's coming
very
through
long,
Chick.
unfortunately, for Chick, and he has landed right at the bottom of that hill and hit the wall.
Oh, unlucky Chick. Mine
Very
was going
unlucky.
A bit too much speed through the tube. Chikiline. Yeah. Looking like it will be, unless there's a big mistake from Max.
Hello, Tyrese.
Just going to switch back to Max for a moment.
Yeah, and
Catch
we've been
that
offering you
next
through the
tube
week,
exit.
Clayton, because you told us you were busy racing at the weekends at the moment. So we could have worked with a weekend. Week maybe.
Max just coming down to the downhill ski jump section, going into the tube on the right hand
really
side.
Unlucky with these cuts, just as I transitioned across there. Sorry, Butch.
No, you're right, man.
Chick just clipped that platform out of the tube exit to come up to it. Unfortunately, he had to respawn.
Oh dear.
I am gonna let Chick settle into it again. And
Max not taking too many chances on this, leaving the roof gap, keeping his lead, trying not to put it in jeopardy. He crosses the line with a 2:17.332 for lap 2 of the final race. Just gets a little bit aggressive, maybe didn't hit the brakes at the top of that as much as he wanted to. Oh, very low, just skimming the edge of the building there, Max. An
Lovely by Max.
incredible line, yeah, very nice. About as good as I've ever seen it.
Getting just underneath the
Yeah.
track as well.
Oh dear.
Unlucky line, he lands it really nice. He styles it out.
Yeah. That's one of the better recoveries I think I've ever seen. I would have blown up. In fact, I have blown up many times right there.
I think I'd have blown up.
If that was me, I would have blown
I
up.
do think I'd have been gone.
Yep.
Right, I'm just grabbing the tracks.
Nice transition to the platform there by Max. And roof cut or not, this will be a very good lap for him. I think he's probably going to better his 2:17 as he goes into the final tube. He may even risk the roof cut just so he can get a really good lap time, and he's definitely doing it.
He's gone in for it.
Oh,
Lucky for Max.
damn. He does have enough of a lead that I thought he probably would have gone for it.
To
He did.
recover it, yeah.
Yeah. But that air conditioning unit, again, no stranger to my car.
No. Does a significant time damage too to miss that kick. It can take a little while to respawn. Nice one, Max feathering the throttle, making sure he's got no chance.
Of a DNF. Again, good sportsmanship so far. No, it has been very, very good by these two. I don't know if these guys race together a lot, but I'm sure they know each other reasonably well. I think this has been quite a good matchup so far. Yeah. Just
That
saying,
has
Chick.
taken it back to 4-4. Just grabbing these tracks to run through the generator so we can grab our random track. I'll message the boys and let them know this crack.
With the penalty shootout, they obviously pick one track each, is that correct?
Yeah, one track choice each, and then the
are
other
those
ones will
track
be
choices
chosen to this.
Yeah. The track choices that they go for here, do they have to be not in the current playlist?
They can go with whatever they want, so they can choose
They
tracks
can?
that
They can
have
still
been in or
choose
not.
tracks? Okay. Cool. But yeah, that finishes the playlist. It says 7 of 7 there, but there was one track, Zebra, right at the start. We had to do a restart, and they took that out and restarted the playlist. But that has brought it to 96
Alright, let me
points
just
each.
message them.
And 4 wins for each of the races.
Alright, just messaging the guys.
Okay.
Hey, 1 second, Max, because it's a tie. We are going to need a little penalty shootout. I'm just messaging you two now in this chat.
be back in 48 seconds.
Right, GG Chicky. There's the message to them too. Let me randomise this. So the random selection is a rally. And I'll send you guys an invite to my session. Invite session. Yeah, I'm just inviting you back. Send game invite. Set. Right.
Alright, just joining now, Fox.
Nice. Chikiline and Max are here, so I'll spectate them. I'm just going to plug my headset back into my laptop. And it's not sorted again. No, that. Right. I'll just wait for you to get into the session before I spectate in case they go into the lobby.
Yeah, I'm just loading in still as well. Alright, I'm in. And
Just
I'll go spectate Max
there,
again.
Yeah. I'll grab Chick.
So how far into the competition are we at this stage, Fox? Where are we sitting?
We're just getting past the halfway point of the first round. So we'll be heading into the second round. At the beginning of next week, I'll be redoing all the brackets already all decided.
Great.
So they know who they're going up against if they go through and stuff. Max's choice is East Coast.
Great.
So, and the randomly assigned track is Rally.
Great, I love that track.
We'll see
Rally's
what
great.
Chick's track is.
And I did see the way. So that there is a very specific way that this competition is going to be moving forward, where the winners and the losers brackets continue to go forward. Can that be found on the Discord? Can people find it on
yes, there is. The link is on the Discord, and I will post the link to the Discord in both of our chats in a moment.
Fantastic.
Grab that now, the invite link, so people can sign up and join that as they choose. Invite members, never to expire, copy. Yeah, and the Discord is where I've been posting everything first, and then I am still posting some of it in the chats and that at the moment, but a lot of people have transitioned across now. I've got all the crews, and I can add in crews and different categories as we grow.
Nice. And apparently we are speculating and good to go on you guys.
Oh god, speculating. I typed it out as quick as I could.
That's all good. I'm assuming, yeah, Chick has chosen a track. We're yet to find out what that is. I guess Chick's probably building the playlist right now.
I think Chick was asking for an invite then, so Max has asked him for his track so he can make the playlist.
Okay.
He's in the lobby. Green machine, cool.
He's a celebrity. I totally cannot tell you his name.
Machine.
So I think Max is going to quickly make the playlist up, then you'll get sucked in first.
I do like that Chick has just named his track as Machine. Machine. A big machine. Where is Chikiline from, actually?
He lives in California, but I believe he's from like Latin America.
Oh, okay. Spicy.
Or maybe Mexico, which is get close to Latin America, getting there.
Yeah.
I'm rubbish on my geography.
Okay. And what about Max? Where's Max from?
Max is from Holland.
Ah. Alright, Max is moving again, which means it looks like he's probably just about ready to launch.
Head back to the YouTube. We'll be sending an invite soon to the other. And we'll get sucked in when they're ready. Oh, big stretch. Grab this Discord link. One.
Still says actually going for the 6th lap at the bottom of my screen. Oh, God. I don't even know where to change that. I'm not even sure. I did that at some point when I was doing... I was going for the 6th lap world record on... What was it?
I think Max meant
Double loop.
delete that. KFRM ST. There we go, I'm being sucked into the player list.
You are?
Yeah.
Alright, so Chick's done it up.
Hosting.
Yep, gotcha. Glad Green Machine's in this one. It's the first track I ever hot lapped after discovering Hard Product one day a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
But I do miss the old
Yeah,
Devastate.
apologies, Leighton. I really doubt Max meant to time out your GG.
Here we go, Max is joining right now.
Nice. So we'll get on these final 3 tracks. We will have our winner, who is progressing through the winner's bracket and who will be falling in and losing their first life. Again, it does allow them a chance to progress through to the final.
Alright. Emerus.
Chick's being given pole. Max seems to go with different wheel selection than we see most of the races. Comes in nice, just had to swing back. A bit of lag displaying on Chick. Send to me there. I can actually hide the hood now as well, not.
Both hitting top revs out of that first tube, but it looks like Chick
nice.
may have got the brake boost over Max, yeah.
Yeah. Just pulled away a slight advantage, but Max is closing up the hill and through the jump, just carrying a bit more speed.
Oh, landed
Inside
right
Chick's
inside
car,
of him.
just took the lead momentarily. Nicely done.
Oh, just catching the roof
Doesn't
there.
explode though. Didn't explode. That happened to me so much.
It's a weird thing on these tracks. I think some spots are more prone to blowing up than others.
Yeah.
That's one of the spots. In that
Just
tube
flick the car
specifically.
down. Lovely stuff.
Max taking the lead. Neither of them
Blue
hindered by too much water in that section, which is good to see.
No. Both avoid the ball ride early. Tilts the car in nicely. Pulls the car through, clipping the curbs into the tube. Oh, not quite either, and it does explode this time. Really unfortunate by Chick. Car just bucking up on the bumps on the roof does allow the car to flick off, and then just landing on the spoiler causes the explosion. Does allow Max good strong lead. 2:08.798 on the first lap. Pulls in aggressively to the tube. Nice. Tidy.
2:08, no wall rides is a very good time first lap.
Yeah. Oh, I caught some of the brake boost that time. Clipping the cabs. Clean. On the acceleration. Feathers at the top of the hill, not flying quite as far on this occasion. Through corner nicely, using the bank to help slow him down. Accelerate out. Nice line into the tube, not clipping the roof of the tube. Feathering his throttle into the corner. Letting the car lower its gears once, maybe twice.
Chick momentarily thinking about cutting that little ramp into the tube before the water section, but managing to just pull it back in time.
Smooth line from Max. Halfway point in the tube, pulls through the corner, a couple of taps to the horn as he presses a little harder on the steering, hoping the MS will turn a little bit better. You see that time come down to a 2:06.182.
Hitting full revs, Max, out of that first tube again. Always important.
What race out of what is it at the moment?
We're on the 9th race out of 11 now. Still needed a penalty shootout. It went 4-4. Yeah, it went to 4-4 out of 8. They're having to do the 3-track penalty shootout.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, it was a 4-4 draw in the playlist, and now they're on to the 3-track penalty shootout, and a track's been randomly chosen through a random generator, and that's Rally, East Coast by Max, and that's the first track, and Green Machine by Chikiline. Got a little close to the roof of the tube. Not a problem, my man. Now, as long as Max is nice and smooth, clean, has got a strong lead. Yeah, I've seen Chikiline get a 2:04.826 on that second lap. It has closed the gap, but did have a lot of time to try and make up a nice smooth entrance into that tube though. Not hung up in the water. Not hung up too much in the water either. Through the loop into the beginning of the tube nicely. From Chick just pushing a little bit too wide through a banked corner. Does end in the drink. That is going to see this go to 5-4 to Max, or 1-0 in penalties.
Max finishing off with best lap of 2:03.492.
Very nice stuff. just pulling off at the last second, letting the car drown. Now,
Yeah, much like Vespucci with the Emirates, East Coast is an exercise in throttle control around those corners. Those guys doing very well to keep the times that they got, a 203 and a 204 with no wall rides, both very good times.
really nice.
Yeah.
I know that a couple of people are, well, one in particular is trying to push for a 2-minute flat, or just under 2 minutes with no cuts, but that's Raza. You know, he's one of the best. He has been one of the best in the past.
Yeah. Raza, is that true?
To challenge himself.
That's a hell of a challenge.
Yeah.
Machine.
On to green machine. This is a track I love to hate. I quite like it, but then I mess it up far too much, and I can't get under a 30.
I can't get under a 30 either. My PB's under a 30, but it was the old Devastate, and I'm so close, man. I've had it I've got like a 30.005 or some shit, but never quite getting there. And it's totally possible.
I've been stuck at a 30.5.
Yeah.
Really nice tight line by Max, allows him to just pull away and extend pole ever so slightly. Quickly onto the boost to just pulling away ever so slightly. Chikiline with a nice smooth loop.
Oh, that was lag.
A significant portion of time. Timed it right up, good boost line and line through this second tube, levelling it up and just pulling ahead. Good and aggressive across the curbs.
Hard on the brakes there so you can come around that corner.
Max, nice and tight again. Good throttle control too, allowed him to just pull level from momentarily. Good curbs from Chick, allowing him to just pull away again.
Up on the edge there.
Good landing boost there. Came back.
Did he ever?
Really strongly. Good boost from Chick through the loop though. And you can pull back level and just noses into the lead.
Chick taking the wide line on the second and third loops by the looks of it. A lot of people do it just on the first.
Takes a slightly narrower line on that final one.
Oh, where did Max get that from? He was right inside Chick there for a minute, and then all of a sudden down that straight.
Just got an extra little kick.
Chick going for the old standard right-hand landing, and Max going for the left-hand landing, which is something I've seen Esco do quite a lot. That's his favourite side.
Esco has popularised. Now you see my build.
Yes. Like and subscribe. Hit the button. All of that. He has been doing some very good tutorials recently, so go and watch those if you haven't seen them. From Esco, see my build.
Loop. He just needs to extend that loop out, but the extra curbs really seen him shorten the gap, but Max did cross the line with 234.097 to 234.476 from Chikiline. Slightly adjusts his line this time, trying to get a little bit better boost, but still Max just pulling away in his first tube slightly. Maybe the line just slightly different to what Chikiline, I believe Chikiline may have done some stuff in the past from what Jack said, but maybe it's in the older cars. Good line through that second tube again, draws him level and just pulls ahead.
It's the second time Chick's taken that line and just nosed his way in front in that same spot.
Just edged ahead. Not quite allowing Max to draw level this time, taking a nice tight line through that first initial part of the corner. And just allowing himself to clip all of the curbs through that section really nicely. Max getting low with good landing boost. It appeared on my map to be closing the gap up slightly there. He's closing in, good boost through that loop from Max. Just keeping a nice straight line, not disturbing the car in any way, and that is allowing him, with Chick not quite getting the lines right, to pull back.
Max just nosing in again. I mean, this is exactly what we expect to see on a track like this. Everyone's so comfortable on it. The lines are so well defined on a track like this.
I thought Max was just going to try for, it looked like he was going to try for the bit of the ramp cut you can do at the very top, clipping the boost.
Yep.
Just tried it a little too aggressively at first and had to just readjust, pull back. Got that line really nice.
It hasn't affected his lead at all, which is good. Very nice. Wow. The wheels
So close.
just
I thought
grazing
his nose
over.
was just going to plateau into it. That was lovely, lovely stuff.
Yeah, hit it. That's about as good as I've ever seen it.
Doesn't go with the third loop. A slightly different line here through that
Or the
final part
last.
of the tube.
Yeah. Let's see what time he gets out of that.
Good speed. Yeah, 32.541 to 33.255 from Chikiline. Me. I do apologise for my pronunciation. I really do try, but sometimes a bit difficult for our thick English tongue to get around some of these Latin American names. Time to time. Chikiline, you know, it does flow off the tongue quite nicely. Lovely enough again. Closing.
Unlike last time.
Slightly, but not getting into the lead this time. Max, stronger lead. Appears to have gained somewhat on the braking.
You do want to be
That
hitting this
section.
next ramp at pretty much the 1 minute mark. It's hard commentating because we can't see the count. We can't actually see the times, unfortunately. But that's pretty much dead on 1 minute where you want to be hitting that ramp.
Is it? I know it's where I lose a lot of time because I hit that around 102, not 20.
Yeah. On my good
Not quite
first
good enough.
half of the track, I can hit it at a 1, I think.
Just in the line, yeah. Max just holding the lead ahead. Bit aggressive off the barrier, has to feather the throttle to get himself straight back up. Really nicely handled that mistake though. Car drift to the right. Max just landing if Chick gets to the peak of his jump. And it makes it about a 3-4 second lead, I'd say, by my eye. It's going to be a lot to make up in the tube.
Chick getting up to full revs, nice and quick there.
Lovely. Does go with the triple loop line.
And the final loop as well, which has become quite popular these days.
Yeah,
And again,
closing up. He looked like he just missed the checkpoint initially there. And hello, evening fools. My man Dennis Hope doing very well. Entering the chat. Now that does see the penalty shootout go 2-0 in Max's favour. That does see Max progress into the winners bracket Let me have a look at my list, see if he's got an opponent come up yet.
Big congratulations to Max.
Yeah, huge congratulations to Max.
And also to
Chikiline, though,
Chick.
it isn't all over yet. Is massive GGs. Like, it was a phenomenal battle, certainly
Yeah.
throughout the first part of the playlist.
Really putting their time in. We're probably coming up on an hour and a half of solid
And they are
racing by
gonna,
those two
I'll
guys.
just leave that for 1 second. I can update the score again. So Max will be up against Kino or 68 Cent, and Chikiline in the losers bracket will have the same opponent. So it'll be either Kino or 68 Cent.
That is a difficult draw, my lord. Both of those
Yeah,
opponents are
that
incredibly strong.
bracket.
Wow.
But you're going to have, so once this round's complete, we'll be able to do the losers bracket at the same time as the next round for the winners bracket. So we'll be able to do both the second round from the winners and the first round from the losers bracket next week onwards after Sunday. Chikiline, though, does have the lead on rally here. Max takes a nice narrow line as Chikiline gets a bit hung up on the wall, straightens himself out and is going down the hill nicely again, but Max with the lead.
Max opting not to take Nacho's line this time.
You can see Chikiline is gaining downhill, taking an aggressive line through the tunnel though, and just catches the dirt a little bit awkwardly, sends the car tumbling. Like, I really do have to credit Max as well. He'd gone a couple of races down and he's handled the nerves really well to get himself into the situation with the penalty shootout, and then
Very much so.
fully grasp his nerves and put himself on display at his best light in the tensest part, really, once you've got it all levelled up. Like, no...
Oh, Max
like,
just
I'm not
copping a
trying
brick
to
there on the
undertalk,
landing.
Oh, got a brick. Oh, and Chikiline pays it back, so he's not going to gain the time back from it, just bricking into the curve himself, but does go in for the wall ride, gets a checkpoint, pulls out just a little late though, got to applaud the risk though, knew he needed to do something to try and level it up. But yeah, I'd just like to state that I'm really not under-talking Chikiline. He's put in a phenomenal display as well, but Max was just able to grab hold of his nerves at the right time before it got completely out of reach and pull it back and then take control in the penalty shootout. So I was just offering the credit across to Max for that. Congratulations, commiserations for this match do go to Chick. Alini, like I say, does still have his second life to try and progress through. And I will be trying in the future slightly different tournament ideas going forward. I know as a community we've been crying out for a 3v3.
What?
With the lockdown having ended, like loads of people have been asking me to host a 3v3 tournament.
Okay. That could be interesting. It's more like a team racing.
So
yeah. That's a great idea.
If you've made it through to a quarterfinals of a recent tournament, you'd be the captain of a team. So you it couldn't be like Nacho, Jack, and Kino or Zombie or a team like that. There'd be no top tier team. They'd then have to choose their teams from the rest of their crew or people they race with often, sort of thing.
That's a great idea, actually. Yeah, team racing is really good.
Max does confirm 3-0 victory in the penalty shootout. That does see it go. 7-4 overall with the penalty scores. Max, congratulations again, repeated on going through. And commiserations for falling into the losers bracket to Chikiline.
It's not over yet, though, Chikiline.
But no, it is not over yet. Max progress